Thank you all for being in here today. We are going to wrap up this session of the series, I should say, on the 10 Attitudes of Mindfulness. And I really do strongly believe that they absolutely can shape your business, the way you do business, attitudes of mindfulness. If you really understand what it is, it will shape your life. So I'm going to summarize the core principles through the lens of someone who embodies them in inspiring ways, because what better way to learn from a story? Should I go over the 10 attitudes of mindfulness first, though, so you know what to look for and look out at? If so, give me a heart, and I will go over them. Awesome. And then if you could share this to your network, thank you so much for doing that. All right, so the 10 attitudes of mindfulness, what are they? Beginner's mind. This quality of awareness sees things as new and fresh, as if for the first time, with a sense of curiosity. Non-judgment. This quality of awareness involves cultivating impartial observation in regard to any experience, not labeling thoughts, not labeling feelings or sensations as good or bad or right or wrong, but simply taking note of them in each moment. I think that's my favorite one. And I'll explain to you in a moment why that is. But continuing on, the third, acknowledgement. This quality of awareness validates and acknowledges things as they are. Non-striving. With this quality of awareness, there is no grasping, aversion to change, or movement away from whatever arises in the moment. In other words, non-striving means not trying to get anywhere other than where you are. Equanimity. Fancy word for balance. This quality of awareness involves balance and fosters wisdom. It allows a deep understanding of the nature of change and lets you be with change with greater insight and compassion. Letting be. With this quality of awareness, you can simply let things be as they are, with no need to try to let go of whatever is present. That's a hard one, isn't it? Letting be. Just let things be. Self-reliance. This quality of awareness helps you see for yourself from your own experience what is true or untrue. Self-compassion. This quality of awareness cultivates love for yourself as you are, without self-blame or criticism. Gratitude. We talked about that yesterday. This quality of awareness allows you to enjoy the moment with a sense of appreciation and reverence. And finally, generosity. This quality of awareness helps you see the value of giving your presence over clinging on to things. For gratitude, we had a quiz to go over the differences between gratitude and thanks. And thank you so much for participating in that quiz. If you were there yesterday and you did that, appreciate you for participating in it. And if you weren't, you can actually listen to it. All of these recordings are on our YouTube, and we are consolidating very soon with Shanae Moray, who is up here, who is, oh man, when I tell you delivering value, she is definitely delivering value. You got to go to YouGrow.club if you haven't already. Sign up for the last day of the Grow Challenge on LinkedIn. I cannot tell you how much feedback we're getting for business owners who are looking at LinkedIn in a different way and actually see the results, see what it means to make impact just by doing a few different things. And that's why you need to always have mentors and people in your lives who are where you want to be or have walked in that direction and are able and willing to give you sound, good advice and judgment that's going to help you with your business. But back to this mindfulness session, reducing your stress in your life just by thinking differently, I told you that I would give you an example of a real world entrepreneurial journey, one that we all know, the incomparable Oprah Winfrey. So she has given us a masterclass in mindfulness in building her multi-billion-dollar media empire. And she has faced no shortage of obstacles. She had a crazy childhood, very tumultuous. There was racism and sexism and private struggles in the public eye. But instead of crumbling, these challenges deepened Oprah's resilience and her wisdom. And if you listen to her, you can hear it. She leads with her heart, but there's also mindfulness, a lot of reflection. And one of the things she says is to turn your wounds into wisdom. We're all living this life. We all have our journey. We all have our wounds. But when you're able to turn it into wisdom, that is truly something. And that's her message. So let's explore how Oprah cultivated these key attitudes to reducing stress in her journey. I don't know if you all remember. I remember when I was young, her weight would fluctuate. Like publicly, you could see that. And despite the harsh judgments about her weight and other things, which I don't know why people always entitle themselves to having some opinion about other people, but when you're in the public eye, that definitely happens, right? She responded with compassion and not criticism, and she focused on lifting others up. So non-judging, not judging herself. Patience. She waited decades before launching her channel, and she trusted her own vision would manifest at the right time. Beginner's mind. Even as a talk show pioneer, Oprah stayed curious. She kept reinventing herself, embracing awe and wonder. And I remember thinking, like, when is Oprah going to stop? And not in a way that was negative, just like where the sky is just not the limit for her. And she was constantly tapping into new things, trying new things, failing, not being afraid to have that happen. And to do that, you must possess a beginner's mind. She didn't just walk into her talk show. She had so many trials and tribulations, and there were so many new things to learn. And in spite of all of her accolades, in spite of all of her accomplishments, her successes, radio show, she got her talk show. And she did that because she always kept a beginner's mind. And then trust. By the way, hearts up if you agree. You remember maybe watching Oprah's journey unfold right before our eyes. Trust. Oprah builds an inner sense of self-efficacy to follow her calling against the odds and make really bold moves based on instinct. So who are you trusting when you rely on your instinct? Certainly not everyone else. It's yourself. A lot of trust that even though there's failures, even though this didn't pan out, or maybe it's working just fine and there are people encouraging you you don't need to do more. You don't need to get a talk show. You have a radio show. Or you don't need to do this. You can do that. You're already trust, right? She built a lot of trust in herself to make bold moves based on instinct. And one of the things that she says that I love, my definition of failure is not trying. It's not living up to my potential, my full potential. I've heard so many entrepreneurs in various ways basically say the failure is not in the failure. It's just giving up or not trying. So I would classify this attitude as non-striving as well, because you're really just going for it. Non-striving is what freed Oprah to find fulfillment in the actual process itself. Don't forget, on the way to success, you miss the real success if you don't concentrate and value the journey in the process. Then acceptance. So she says, loving the broken parts of yourself allows you to love others. And if you're familiar with any of the trials that Oprah had, even she only recently actually opened up to losing a child, acceptance, self-acceptance, and loving those broken, imperfect bits and pieces of yourself, even your business, because things are not perfect. But self-acceptance, radical self-acceptance, believe it or not, allows you to love others and see things in a different way. Then, of course, moving forward, Oprah learns to release her past pain and all the perceived, I say in quotes, limitations from childhood poverty, which is in a nutshell letting go. And letting be. As someone who is a philanthropist, it's easy to see generosity, but empowering other people through education and using your influence to amplify voices is also generosity. When you bring someone on your stage or you bring them into the things that you do, that is generous. And that is an attitude of mindfulness to cultivate. The beautiful thing about generosity is that it always comes back to you. And we understand this in taxes. Whenever you give to a charity, we know how this works. Generosity leads to you give, you pour out, and you get back in. And lastly, gratitude. I think at the moment that you get this unprecedented success, you have two options. You lose it and you get lost. You lose yourself or you stay grounded. And one of the best ways to stay grounded is to really hone in on that attitude of mindfulness, gratitude. When you are grateful for your blessings and the people who uplift you, who deal with you, no matter what, that attitude helps to bring everything back into perspective. And so no matter what, highs or lows, ups or downs, success or failures, you stay grounded and you are present in the moment, which is the essence of mindfulness. And so I think Oprah she's one of my heroines for a reason. She shows us how we can build our life purposefully and be resilient. And there's so many other people in the world that are really utilizing these principles knowingly. And I hope that seeing someone whose life changed before our eyes, at least me, I remember it, gives you some motivation to practice mindfulness. I could go into Tony Robbins, I could go into a number of people, but their lives were not, their success was not linear. And I think for them, they still haven't reached anywhere near the pinnacle because it's about staying curious. It's about being open. It's about being willing. And so I think that you already have these attitudes seated within you, but you have to continue to nurture it. And that's when you see the fruit blossom in your life. Even amidst the challenges, even amidst the changes, and I'm so passionate about us understanding how to tap into these things in order to reduce our stress, which is the reason why I just came out with another newsletter to release all of these nuggets of wisdom in a newsletter that you can read every day. But that's not my biggest call to action. My call to action right now is that for those of you who actually do have a company or a business that you're running, who want to be visible and want to have people in your life that can help you get visibility, grow your LinkedIn, and hit your target, I want you to go to YouGrow.club and sign up. Even though it's the last day, you'd be surprised how much you can learn in a single session from Shanae and Shankar. So go to YouGrow.club. It'll take you to a landing page, sign up, and we'll see you in a little over half an hour. And apply these principles. Apply them. Don't judge yourself, so the non-judging. Have patience. Keep your beginner's mind. Stay curious. Keep trying to reinvent yourself. I just learned that personality is not just learned, I should say relearned, that people think personality is fixed, but you can actually deconstruct and reconstruct it. Talk about change. We are dynamic human beings. So we just need the right people in our lives. We need opportunity. We need networking. We need to have a beginner's mind, have patience and acceptance, and be generous and kind even to ourselves. Be willing to invest in ourselves. Be willing to let be. Trust ourselves. And all of these things are going to make a difference in your lives, in your business, in your day-to-day. And if any of that sounds true to you, please do give me a heart. I would love for you to make a list of all the things that you're grateful for. Try to get to at least 20. Get as specific as you can. And keep the list under your bed and read it every morning from now until next Friday. And just see what happens, how gratitude changes your life. If you can commit to doing that, give me a heart. And I'm going to check in on you this time next week to see how has gratitude changed your life? How has deepening that emotion of appreciation? I love being alive. I think we all do. We would all argue that we love being alive. But there's a difference loving your life. Loving the life you live means changing the things you don't about it. Means making a conscious decision to affect your subconscious and non-conscious mind that drives everything that you do. Because humans are so highly emotionally driven, and we're creatures of habit. We all are. We all have habits, even if they're bad ones. But loving life means I want to change the things that don't line up with me, with how I see my life going. I want it to align with my values. I want to have more time freedom. I want to enjoy the people that I work with or the things that I do. And so it starts in your mind. It starts with your attitude. It starts with mindfulness. And it never ends. It's an ongoing thing. Every day we have to be mindful and look at the beauty around us and be willing to make changes. So I'm so grateful that you're here, because I know that matters to you all, or you wouldn't be here at all. So I'm going to give a heart to you just for being here. And you know what? Maybe we can start a tradition every Friday where you come up and you share one thing that you are grateful for I think there's power in hearing that. So if you have something you're grateful for and you want to share, please do click the little react button. The raise hand button will bring you on the stage and you can share. Wendy, you are on the stage. Good morning and thank you for being here. And Wendy has gone away. Let's try this again. There you are. Good morning. Unmute button. Wendy, we're grateful for you, and I'm encouraged whenever I see you. I feel we have met more than one time in our whole lives. But yeah, I think there is so much to be said about consistency, about showing up and just making that time in your day to have a space where you can focus on you, because this is all about you and how we can empower ourselves to have better strategies to combat the stress that exists in the world. Appreciate you being part of this mindfulness club. And Conchita, you are also on the stage. Good morning and welcome. I received that wonderful weekend. Thank you so much. It's a blessing to have you here too. And we just love that you are coming and being filled. And again, the hope is that everyone would walk away with some strategies to reduce stress and remember to do all of those things: breathe, observe, scan your body, seek joy. And if the first thing you do is start out after doing those things and having your own routine, going into David's room and hearing him do the sunrise at 7, which is for some people 6 or even 5, then we're grateful to have you here. So thank you so much. And you have told me Dedo, you've said it 3 times and I still get it wrong. So please do say your name and welcome to the stage. Good morning. Good afternoon. I love hearing that. I think open doors, that's something that we cannot take for granted. And when you have that openness and the curiosity, you can walk right through those doors, understanding that no matter what happens, you're going to just be in the moment, let it be, take advantage, take it all in, and then just know that no matter what, that the universe has the best in mind for you. So thank you so much for sharing that, and thank you for coming to the stage. If anyone else wants to come on, you may raise your hand. We will move you up here to the stage. And if not, I'm going to give us some affirmations related to mindfulness, presence, and resilience. And I really want us to just be thinking about that all day and all weekend, about how challenges help us to grow and judgments come and go, but remaining in balance. And then, of course, hopefully you are going to be on in the room with us in just a little over half an hour. If you're owning a business and you are looking to grow your LinkedIn, definitely sign up YouGrow.club. It's for free, and this is the final day. There's still enough time for you to do that. Otherwise, if Shanae and Shankar don't have anything, I'm going to go straight into the affirmations, close you out on time so you can begin your Friday or continue it or end it with mindfulness in mind. If that sounds good to you, please do give a thumbs up or a heart. I will take them all. All right. Taking a few breaths. I am anchored in the calm of this moment. My mind is open, my heart clear. I acknowledge my feelings with gentleness. Judgments come, judgments go. I remain in balance. Challenges help me grow stronger. I release the need to control what is beyond me. I am grateful for this journey of mindful awakening. Wisdom unfolds when I stay present. As you continue to have your eyes closed, if you can, envision yourself next to a river with the sun's rays glistening, shining down on the water, reflecting. And let the sun's rays just fill you up with energy. And with that energy, think of your future and what you desire. And know that every step you take brings you closer to that future vision and goal. As you walk along the river that spans so long in either direction, there is no limit to your goals, to your dreams. And as you bring yourself back to this present moment, I hope you will make that list of the 20 things you're grateful for. And over the weekend and even next week, look at it mindfully. And let gratitude just fill your heart. I am grateful for you, deeply grateful. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you at the challenge final day. And we will also see you 7 a.m. Central Time on Monday. Have a very mindful weekend, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.